Hi, I'm Kim, and this is Forever Fierce Over 50. Today I'm going to talk about my hair. What I'm going to talk about is something that I get asked a lot. I always get people asking me how to regrow their hair after Telogen Effluvium. People always ask me how long it took to regrow my hair, you know, what did I do to get my hair to start coming back. So I'm going to answer those questions, and I'm also going to talk about going gray. I have a video out where I talked about going gray. I got tired of the roots, so I decided to color my hair gray, and we'll talk about that a little bit too. So Telogen Effluvium, if you don't know what that is, or you kind of are wondering if maybe you have it, it is a condition that affects your hair, and it affects your hair after an illness or some sort of disease to your body. Very stressful period in your life, something, if you go through something really traumatic, and about 2 to 3 months later you can lose your hair. Not all of it, but you can lose, you know, some people lose 40, 50, 60, 70% of their hair, and that can be very, very traumatic. And I know because I went through it, and I have a few videos about my experience with Telogen Effluvium. So please check those out if you want to really see in the moment what was going on with me. It's been a couple of years since I went through that. I had gotten really, really sick, and I got closer to death than I care to think about. But it was really bad, and you start to get over your illness and feel better, and then all of a sudden, oh my God, it's like lightning striking. It was horrible. So if you're wondering if you have it, some of the symptoms that I went through anyway. So I used to have very long hair, and when I got Telogen Effluvium, I had very long, very thick, nice, beautiful blonde hair. I know when I was sick in the hospital, my hair got very straw-like, but then that started to get better. My hair started feeling good again. But then a couple of months later, my scalp became very, very, very sore. And I mean, it felt like, you know, when you put your hair in a really tight ponytail, and then you let it down after a while, and your scalp hurts. That's how it felt. Then once the pain started to subside, my hair started coming out. And I don't mean just like, you know, you brush your hair and there's a couple of hairs, right? Not that. It was coming out in sheets. It was scary. I don't know if it was psychological for me, but I kept the hair, and you'll see in this video, this one here, the pile of hair that I kept. And I actually kept it for a really long time. I think I just recently got rid of that hair. I don't know why I kept it for so long. The first thing I did was get some minoxidil. I got the Nioxin minoxidil. I want to say it was like a 2% solution. And I used that every day for 30 days. It stopped the immediate effects. It stopped the shedding. The hair stopped falling out. But oh my gosh, my hair was super thin. And I'll put some pictures up of how thin my hair was. But then the things that I did to get my hair to come back. First of all, like I said, the minoxidil, that was a lifesaver. And then I went out and I got a ton of supplements. I mean, I got anything and everything that I could think of. I got ashwagandha, I got a vitamin D, I got zinc, iron. When one of the issues I had that I was hospitalized for was extremely low iron. I fight with really low iron. I get bouts of anemia, and if I'm not on top of it, it gets really bad. And one of the first things that suffers is my hair. I started going gray when I was 24. So during the time that this happened to me, I was, oh gosh, I think I was 55. I'm 58 now. My hair was, you know, I had to do my roots, and I felt so horrible about the way my hair looked because it was so thin. And like I said, I had very beautiful hair. So I kept doing my roots. And to tell the truth, for me, it didn't affect my hair. I did it while I was recovering. I did it while I was using minoxidil. I didn't have to do it as often because my hair wasn't growing as fast as it used to. It's starting to grow pretty fast again now though, so. But for me, it didn't. But I wasn't bleaching. I had gray hair, so I was just depositing to keep my blonde hair that I had. Another thing that I did I worked really hard at was reducing stress. Stress is a huge part of your hair health. I would never have thought that before, but it is true. Stress contributes a lot to your hair, you know, in fact, my hair is really, this is what, two and a half, almost 3 years later, and my hair is starting now to feel thicker. Of course, I am taking Viviscal also, and Viviscal has a lot of iron in it, so it's working for me. I recommend it. I have a good job now. I'm making decent money. There's a lot less stress in my life than I had previous. And because of that, I think that has a lot to do with the fact that my hair is getting so much better. I try to have periods where I like to just kind of meditate. I like to relax, go for walks. I'm by myself a lot, and so I try to do things that are going to help reduce my stress because it's really important. Your hair grows about 1/2 inch per month. So previous to Telogen Effluvium, previous to me getting really ill and all that, my hair grew really fast. I was coloring my hair probably every 2 weeks because I would have like about that much hair growth. And my gray is very light. But after I got sick and my hair fell out and everything, it took a long time. My hair didn't grow near as fast. Not anywhere near as fast. Now, however, all this time later, it is growing fast again, which I'm thankful for. hormones have a lot to do with hair issues, so you want to make sure you're keeping your hormones in check. Thyroid hormone is really important. Make sure you get all your hormones checked out. But if there's any issues with those, you want to make sure that you're dealing with it, because if you don't, you could wind up in that same boat that I was. So there's 4 stages of hair growth. The first stage is anagen. That's when your hair is actively growing. If you see, like I have some, I don't know if you can see it, now it's kind of dark. There's little hairs, because my hair is starting to regrow in earnest now because of the Viviscal. I'll see little short hairs, but they're like thinner, and they don't have a blunt edge like where you've cut it. It's just the tapered end as it's grown out. Those you can tell are new hairs. Okay, they're delicate new baby hairs, right? And then you have the catagen stage, which is transitional. That's when your hair is moving from actively growing to then going into resting stage. Resting stage is telogen. Telogen effluvium is losing your hair during the resting stage. The reason why the minoxidil helps to stop the shedding is because your hair has okay, so when you have all these different hair follicles, and some of them are in anagen, some of them are in telogen, some of them are in catagen, exogen. They're all in different stages. That's why if you were shedding, you don't lose all your hair, right? You lose some, and you've got other ones that are just growing in, and you know. But when you go through telogen effluvium, more of your hair winds up in the exogen, the shedding phase, which causes the massive loss of hair. Okay, so the minoxidil changes that stage that the follicle is in back to a resting stage, and that way your hair won't, it stops it from falling out. So that's what minoxidil does. The 4th stage, like I mentioned, is exogen. That is the active shedding. Okay, but again, you don't have, like I'll have, well, you brush your hair, and I love using a boar bristle brush, but when you brush your hair, you're going to lose between 100 and 150 hairs every day, because some of them are in exogen, but you have other new ones that are coming in anagen, and so forth. So it's very important to keep an eye on the amount of shedding. If you see a lot, I think I don't really worry too much. I used to be freaked out by any hair in the brush, but quite honestly, if I don't have that scalp pain, I'm not really worried about it, because that was really the precursor. But sometimes I put my hair up in a ponytail, and then I let it down, and my scalp hurts, and I lose my mind, because I think, oh my God, here we go. But so far so good. So I've never had it again. I've heard of people that get it multiple times, but I will say that when I got, once my hair started growing in, and I saw new hairs coming in after about a month, like brand new baby hairs were coming in, and then my hair started growing again, but it still was kind of thin through here, but that has been helped by the Viviscal. But once the hair started growing in, I want to say, I think I cut my hair off about shoulder length, and I did that after probably about 6 months, and then I grew it out again. And I want to say, to get my hair back to as close as it was going to get at that point, after the beginning of Telogen Effluvium, was a solid 2 years. So it is a long time. But again, I had really long hair. So if you have shorter hair, it's not going to take that long. But I did have to cut my hair, like I said, because when you lose your hair, and then this hair down here is super thin because you've lost so much, right? And then it starts growing in, and one thing I noticed is you get like a puff ball appearance because your hair is getting thick and coming back in through here, and this is still, you know, scraggly because it's thin. So once I cut that hair off so that it met with the regrowth from the Telogen Effluvium, my hair looked, I mean, it was night and day. It looked much better. But then, of course, I'm 58, so I also have, you know, other reasons why my hair, it stayed fairly thin on the side. In fact, to this day, I want to say my hair's thicker on this side than it is on this side. But, I mean, it doesn't look bad, but it's definitely thinner on this side, and I have to do some styling magic to even it up. But fortunately, I can do that. So the other thing that I wanted to talk about today, of course, is the gray aspect. My last video, I talked about going gray, showed the process. My roots were super, super white against the blonde hair. So I bleached out the blonde and put a gray toner on, and I was really afraid, but I gotta say I love it. But I will tell you that about 3 shampooings after I did that to my hair, and I try not to shampoo every day because I think it's hard on your hair, but after about 3 shampooings, and I was using blue shampoo or purple shampoo, you know, the blonde was coming back. The silver had kind of faded away. It didn't hold very good, so my hair was like a light champagne-y pale blonde, because I lifted my hair really, really white, but you know, I still had a lot of yellow in it. So just yesterday I put the T14 Wella toner on my hair, and it's back to the gray, and I like it. Obviously it's not my natural, but I think it's going to make it very easy to grow into my natural. My hair is soft, it's shiny. You can see how shiny it is. It feels good. I've had tons of compliments, which is really kind of cool because I was super afraid to do it. I really thought it was gonna just instantly turn me into an old lady, and I did not want that. Anyway, so all in all, regrowth of your hair after Telogen Effluvium, if you do the right things, if you first take care of your underlying health issues, if you take supplements, treat your hair good, get minoxidil, you know, stop the shedding, you'll see regrowth within, you know, a few weeks. You will see regrowth. Telogen Effluvium is not permanent. If you have permanent hair loss, that's something different. So you need to get checked out by a doctor. But Telogen Effluvium is you can recover fully. again, all in all, it took about a solid 2 years to, and I'm talking, I had long hair. My hair was at least down past my waist. So it took about 2 solid years to get my hair back there. But obviously I've cut it again since then. But if you take good care of your hair, you will get it back. So I hope this has been helpful to you. I do get tons of questions all the time. My heart goes out because I see, people send me their stories. And your hair is such an important part of who you are. People see that before they realize who you are. So you want people to see your beautiful hair that you've always had. And when that hair isn't beautiful anymore, when you feel like you've lost part of who you are, it's really difficult. And I understand. And I know that a lot of people have had a lot of horror stories about it. And if you've had a hard time with Telogen Effluvium, if it affected you and you felt horrible, put a comment. I want to hear your story. It's encouraging to know that you're not alone, because I tell you what, when I first went through it, I thought I was the only one in the world, and then come to find out it's actually happened to a lot of people. And if I can answer any other questions for you, put a comment. I always try to respond to people. There's a lot of people out there who have suffered from this. So if this video was helpful for you, give me a thumbs up. Please hit the subscribe button. I'd love to have you guys in my community. And see me in my next video. Bye.